The lifting of all COVID-19 legal restrictions means people are no longer legally required to wear face masks in any setting. However, many shops, transport companies and venues have announced they will continue to ask their visitors and staff to wear face coverings for weeks to come amid fears of the rising COVID infections. The lifting of all COVID-19 legal restrictions means people are no longer legally required to wear face masks in any setting. However, many shops, transport companies and venues have announced they will continue to ask their visitors and staff to wear face coverings for weeks to come amid fears of the rising COVID infections. But an aide says, if he is visiting a museum and the museum's policy is that it still asks people to wear masks, then he will respect that. Freedom Day UK. Charles and Camilla, like other royals, will look forward to the freedom to meet people without masks wherever possible. It's harder to speak to and hear people with masks on. Throughout the pandemic, members of the royal family have taken masks off during visits when government rules allowed. By following the regulations of their hosts, the royals on engagements could end up being criticized by both people supporting mask wearing and those against it, as noted by a royal watcher who commented on Mr. Palmer's tweets. They said, as they should. But bracing themselves for more shouting from anti-vaxxers and anti-maskers every time they do and shouting from those who disagree with the government when they don't. Government advice is to keep wearing one, so it'd follow that. Earlier this month, Camilla said she was looking forward to no longer wear face coverings. During a joint visit with Prince Charles to the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama, the Duchess of Cornwall told a Welsh College student, "I can't wait to get rid of these." Camilla suggested she found it difficult to carry out her work while wearing face masks in September last year, when she donned a visor rather than a covering on her nose and mouth. ITV Royal editor Chris Shipp tweeted at the time, "The Duchess of Cornwall has worn a face mask in public before. But not a visor like today. She thinks communication is much easier when you can see someone speak or smile." Charles will be the first member of the royal family to carry out a royal engagement on what has been dubbed as Freedom Day due to the lifting of all COVID restrictions. As Mr. Palmer said, the Prince of Wales, who is the patron of a fundraising appeal at the Exeter Cathedral, will not wear a face covering today. A source told the Mail on Sunday, "This is the first time the prince has been to a location inside and won't be wearing a mask because it's a large area where people will be social distancing and it will be the first day of the new rules. When the rules state that a mask should be worn, then the prince will wear one but not otherwise." The fact that Charles' visit was announced before it is taking place also signals the royal family is returning to its pre-pandemic habits. At the beginning of the COVID crisis in March 2020, the palace stopped listing the upcoming engagements on the royal.uk website to avoid the mass gathering of royal fans on locations. The easing of all COVID-19 restrictions comes amid a call for caution by experts, worried over the steady growth of COVID cases and hospitalizations in England. Yesterday, the UK recorded a total of 48,161 cases, up 16,389 cases from a week prior, and on July 15 it recorded 3,945 hospitalizations, up 1,224 from last week.